Yeah! Die! Oh, awesome. Look at him go. Look at him die. That's awesome. I'm glad that... Oh, God. Why isn't he attacking me? Fine, you can die then. And again, we're running low on mana. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Okay, eat a dig leg. Please don't get salmonella. I don't know if you actually can get salmonella. I don't think it's possible. There we go. That's my last spell. Ow, my God, he hurts so much. I don't want to get in his face, but if he can only do ranged attacks, we'll probably be alright. Oh, God, here we go. Oh, he didn't. He doesn't want to engage me. I think he can only do ranged attacks. Come on. Die, you bastard. Hey! Quest complete. Sweet. Lycarp, the aesthetically pleasing Canadian. Sweet. So we got a ring. Awesome. That is scary though later on when you start killing things like that. What does the ring do? It is a plainly crafted copper ring. Conductive. It is studded with reinforced concrete. Does that mean I'm going to take more damage to lightning? It might. You never know. Oh, there we go. Look. Oh, okay. So, okay. It's giving me resistances, right? So it's giving me voltaic resistance. Is the best achieved by strapping frogs to your body. What? Their tough, thick, conductive hides will help protect you from any electrical encounters. Failing that, we recommend magic rings or something. Yeah, well, we got that. Okay, that's cool. Existential resistance. You think, therefore, you resist. Piercing. Piercing resistance allows you to be stung by 20,000 bees and not feel a thing. Well, very little. Alright, okay. Well, I don't think we will end up fighting 20,000 bees, so that's fine. Alright, what else have we got? Okay, wow. So, I don't think it always spawns the boss super close to you, so... That's interesting. 45% chance. Hey, it worked. This is one of those weird occasions. I've talked before, I think, a long time ago, about how everyone thinks they're the most unlucky bastard in the world. Like, because you only ever remember the times of bad luck. And any really lucky thing, you're like, oh, that's awesome, and then you kind of forget it. But I will openly admit, I think I am lucky with the traps. Often, I feel like I'm not going to make it because the odds are against me. Like, 45% chance, I've got a higher chance to be hit by it. But, I don't know, I feel like the majority of the time I can successfully disable traps. Or at least on my previous playthrough I could. 35% chance. Okay, well, that would have been awesome at backing up my point if you just not broken on me there, game, but never mind. Little Batty, yay, we can one-hit things now. The thing is, you can always come back up to earlier floors, and sometimes you'll be encouraged to do it, because certain quests, like, will just be impossible to do. When I played, things weren't marked on the minimap, so it was, like, you'd find quests and you'd be like, oh, I can't be able to do that, because you'd have to, like, examine the entire dungeon just to be able to find it, so you'd move on. But there was always a reason to come back, definitely. And especially when, like, the shopkeepers sold stuff in certain shops, so that was nice. Leather belts. Can I wear it? Yeah, I can. You can even get a belt slot. I would have liked it if Guild Wars 2 had this same system. Instead, it's a bit weird because you get shoulders. On this game, you get a belt as like your extra piece. On that game, you get shoulders. I think the more bits of equipment you can have, the more fun the game is, to be honest. Honestly, because then it is just more equipment and stuff that you can work towards, and it's more extra stuff that you can find, and it's more depth to the loot and all that blah 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 bollocks. I think maybe sickly diggles do a bit more damage, but they die quicker. That could be it. Or maybe I just got lucky and did a big hit on him there. We haven't had many of those powerful mace hits that knock people back, have we? Maybe later on in the skill chain we'll get more, like, we'll get a higher chance for it or something. So we'll continue on. We've almost finished the floor. How about that? I reckon we'll probably level up once more. A porter still. I don't actually know what these things do. What do these do? For the home brewer in a hurry. Oh, okay, right. That's just for alchemy. We can drop that then. Look, I'm already filling up again. How stupid is that? Stop pressing Q. What are you doing? There we go. Should we go down a floor? We've been playing an hour now in total with the first playthrough too. No, I'm not. Yeah. Let's go. Let's see whether we can fight these Grim Reaper things. Still just batties here. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Hey there, zombie. Zombie spelt wrong. This is the remains of one of your predecessors, restored to life by the evil magic of Lord Dredmor, and sent out to kill more adventurers. This monster is trying to kill you. So what is this? Potatoes the first. Oh my god, he did not take much damage, did he? An Electro Blobby there too. Alright, no, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm out there. We'll go down there eventually, don't worry. And they will be easy to kill. That's fine. So some traps are just giving me benefits. This is an anti-magical field. Your magic energies have been suppressed. Sorry about that. The door went again. Jeez, I feel so busy, man, in my house sometimes. But yeah, okay. Moving on. What was I saying? Yeah, we had an effect, but it was a buff. It was sorry, it was a debuff, not a buff. Another bookshelf. Let's keep moving on. So yeah, anyway, that's basically my plan. We're just gonna play this week. And Uncharted. I don't know. See, I was talking about having that knack for Final Fantasy the 10 that I kind of want to play. Not necessarily want to LP it right now, but I just want to play something with a good story, something that will maybe make me cry or something. I don't know whether I'd cry. I probably wouldn't ever cry on an LP just because, I don't know, when you're talking constantly, it's too hard. I'll admit though, I have cried to a game before. FF10, as I said. Man, that's a moving game. If you've not played it, I would. But I don't know whether you should wait for the remake. I'm beginning to give up. I don't know whether it will come out because lately, I don't know, Square Enix is not Squaresoft, and it's different these days. I don't know. I've not been that impressed with anything they've done. I just kind of want to. I hope that there's more stuff in the game, because like one thing I did, like they do the international things, and here in Europe we were lucky with that. So basically, they release international versions that they call of the games that they make, but it's a bit stupid because what they do is they release it in Japan. And it's like just the core game. Then they release it overseas and often add extra stuff when it's released overseas usually. So with FF10 that's what they did when it came to Europe. Not when it came to the States, but when it came to Europe they added a load of endgame bosses and this really like immense encounter with this thing called Penance at the end, and it was all super fun and awesome. And then when it was called when it was re-released in Japan, it had all of the extra stuff in it, so it was called the international version, right? So Japan gets now international versions of the Final Fantasy games that come out. But the funny thing is, there was a moment where they stopped like adding stuff when they were actually released internationally, and now the international version only comes out in Japan, but it's extra stuff. So for Final Fantasy 12, they released the international version, but overseas it didn't get anything new. But there was this whole new like means of leveling up. What is this weird blue thing? What happened there? Wait, a touch of Midas. I never actually saw anything turn to gold before. What happened there? Yeah, so with FF12, can we open that? With FF12, they had all this new stuff in the international version that never existed outside. So what some guys did at one point was, I keep getting countered by this bastard die. What some guys did was they released a patch that translated the international version that had been released in Japan to English, so you could play international Final Fantasy 12 with all this new stuff, and that was really cool. And I played that on my computer. Actually, no, I played that on my PS2. I did like all this crazy stuff to get this memory card that would allow you to play it and stuff. It was kind of crazy, but yeah, that was really awesome. And I'm wondering what's going to be happening with the FF10 remake, whether all the international stuff is going to be there and maybe even more. Because in FF10-2 they did the same. There was an international version that had loads of extra stuff, and I've actually been tempted to let's play that as well at some point, because I liked 10-2. A lot of people didn't like it, and I reckon if I LP'd it I could show everyone why it is cool. The story's a bit shit, and I don't like it's obviously for a different audiences, for like, I don't know. I feel like it's aimed more at, and this might sound a bit sexist, but it's aimed a bit more at girls than boys. I don't know, it just feels that way a little bit. I don't even know what quest I just got. We have discovered the Saturn Room of Blocks, which is kind of interesting. So that one's red. Is that going to be helpful? Great. Okay, Shroud of Dark. Oh my god. Really? Well, that guy's asleep, so let's not fight him. If we move down, that Diggle's going to come into me. Oh shit, he got woken up from the noise. Yeah, this thing with... Oh yeah, we leveled up. I think that restores your health as well, so that might have saved us there. A little bit of bother. Alright, we got the leap. Brilliant. So now we can jump over stuff. Might go over to where that water is and try that out, because as I said, I never did that on my previous games, so that was cool. Hey, Dwarven Handshake just triggered. Yay. And again, oh, it is happening a lot. It's just not knocking people back. Interesting. Yeah, that vision thing, oh, people cast that on you later on, and it makes it so hard. So hard. It's the most scary thing in the world when that starts happening. We've got some gloves there. There we go. We can equip those. Yeah, with 10-2, they released this international version anyway. I like the core game. I very much enjoyed it. And the extra thing added all this other stuff, like new dress fits, loads of other stuff. There were loads of new mechanics in the game. It had this whole extra arena system that was like this super long in-depth thing. Yeah, a sandwich. It was super in-depth thing, and you could like recruit monsters into your team, and there was just all this amazing stuff going on in it. There's a guy at the moment trying to do a patch for that as well, like the guys that did a patch for FF12, but he kind of stopped a while ago, and I've had my eye on it for a really long time. And what I think would be awesome is LPing 10, the HD remake, and then after that going through and doing 10.2 with the international version, like patch, the English patch on it. I think that would be so good, and I've wanted to do that for so long, especially considering like it's not really come through anymore, but I like to do stuff on here on the channel that other people hadn't done. This obviously isn't something people had never done, but the English patch for 10.2, oh man, that would be great, because definitely no one would have done that, and there's so much extra stuff there. That would have been so fun. But A, the patch isn't out yet, and B, the HD remake isn't out. But I've got such a hankering to play just that game. I've been talking about that way too much. But yeah, so anyway, Uncharted hopefully will satiate that desire after a while. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, next week hopefully. I haven't actually bought a capture card yet. I don't know, last time I was looking at capture cards. Thing is, I've got a little bit of extra money because did I talk about this in the videos? I found out that I've got like an inheritance of a bit of money from when my granddad died, and that's going to help me with my car. By the way, lessons are still going good. I'm like driving like so far now. I'm driving home from work all the time. It's so good. It's awesome. Can we please get through the door? Thank you. Yeah, so that's going really well, but obviously I need a lot of money for the car. But I can use this like inheritance now. It's not much, just for the record. But I can use this to help pay for the insurance and that. So I could actually, in theory, afford a capture card. But I was looking ages ago now, like before I'd even started my apprenticeship at that kind of stuff. But I don't know whether things have changed that much. Everyone just kept going on about this one thing, like the hoppage or whatever that could do, and that seems cool. But I'm hoping something new's come out, hopefully, or at least prices have dropped a bit. If that happens, I can grab my brother's PS3, pick up Uncharted 1, I guess. Everyone says Uncharted 2 is the better one, but we'll go with Uncharted 1 and play through. But oh man, I can't wait. I really cannot wait, because I've still got a bit of a need. Oh yeah, I should probably talk about this. I wanted to do Anniversary as well this week, but I realised that would take ages to do, and I didn't want to like put off Uncharted, so that's why I'm doing this. And also, this can be something fun I can come into and like, I don't know, bitch about stuff. I particularly wanted to like record something today because I don't know, that law thing, man, it's getting to me. It's just, I don't know, I think I care too much about those things when they go up. It's just, it's a shame. It's weird because I would say maybe the new summary thing is a little bit more difficult to follow, and maybe, you know, it could have been written a bit easier to follow. Maybe that's true. But it is, as I say, a complicated part of the story. What upsets me is that people have such higher expectations from me now that the first couple were doing well, and it's like, I don't know. That annoys me a little bit, because it's like, I never really wanted to establish myself as someone that I never promised everyone that I was always going to do amazing stuff all the time. I just happened to do something that was reasonably good the first time, and now everyone's like complaining that it's not all of that quality, when so, to an extent that's out of my control. I can't help it if the actual core story of the game is difficult to follow, because it was difficult to follow, and that comes down to ArenaNet and the story they wrote. And a bit that did excite me about doing that summary, a thing that particularly interested me, was I wanted to package this story that a lot of people were put off by in the game because it was difficult to follow. I wanted to package it in a way that would have others new to the game and returning people excited about it. And I thought, you know, that would have been cool. And I was excited about doing that kind of thing, but I guess I failed at doing that because it wasn't, you know, everyone was complaining. Oh yeah, that was something cool there. Enemies will walk on traps and they will get killed. As you saw, he just got haywired twice and died pretty quick. So if I want to go up there, that's going to be quite difficult. That looks like a dangerous trap. So we're going to heal up by hammering the space key. Like so. Now, what have we got? 45% chance? Oh, really? Oh, that did no damage at all. Okay, well, we're fine. Hey, we got another ring, so we'll equip that. Zip. How do you put that? That's got no vowels in it until the end. Zipkra, the tributary star. It's uncomfortable and rusty square. Oh yeah, because it's a square. Iron ring is made for beings more angular than yourself, possibly robots. It's studded with ceramic. With what? A ceramic what? Oh, it's just studded with a ceramic, I suppose. Yeah, so robots wearing rings, Dungeons of Dredmor, anything's possible, obviously. But yeah, so I don't know. I woke up this morning and saw a lot of comments where people were like, "Oh, this was harder to follow," and I agree. Maybe it comes down to the map. Like I didn't draw arrows, but it's like the fucking map's there. If I tell you that they're at the Bloodstone and then I tell you that they're going to the Temple of the Unseen, right? Or the Henge of Denrathi, rather. And then I put a map on the screen with the Bloodstone and the Henge of Denrathi. You should be able to work out where they're moving to. You should be able to see that because it's both there on the map. Do you really need an arrow to point it out to you? People, I don't know. People are needy. I go on about this so much, and most people are like, "Hey, it's awesome," and I tell you that's fine. But it annoys me. People need so much to learn stuff, and people saying that they couldn't follow the plot. I know I come from someone that understands the plot, but it's all there. I made sure that every character was introduced before I talked about them. It's not like I was like, "Oh yeah, so the Ascalon refugees were with Avinia and then they were saving the Shining Blade and blah blah blah." And it's like I didn't jump ahead anywhere. I explained who the characters were, what was going on. Everything was established before the plot was progressed. And paradoxically, a lot of people were then turning around saying, I had half the people saying, "Oh, this felt too much like facts. This was just fact after fact after fact. This was boring. This wasn't engaging." Blah blah. And then I had another half of people saying to me, "Oh, why have you just gone fact up? Why have you just told a story? This isn't good enough. This is not the actual facts. This is just trying to tell a story and it's going over my head." And I'm like, do people even know what they want? But that's the worst thing, because I can't ask on daily. I can't be like, alright, I did at one point, didn't I? I said, hey, look, I'm contesting with myself. What do I want to do? Do I want to do something more story focused? Or do I want to... Oh god, I thought it crashed there. Sometimes when there's loads of enemies behind a door, you'll open it up and the screen will just like crash a little bit and it'll be like, oh my god, there's loads of stuff. And you can always tell that because there's a bit of lag. But yeah, I mean, I even asked them daily at one point, what do you guys want? Do you want to see something more about the story, or do you want to see just fact after fact? No one knew. No one can tell me what they want until they see what they don't like. And that's the worst thing. That annoys me. So yeah, anyway, I mean, it did great, and a part of me doesn't want to like bang on about it, because if you tell people that it didn't do well, then they'll think it didn't do well, when really it did do well. It's still doing just not as well as the others, I suppose. It just, I don't know. I think I care, as I said, I think I care too much about how it goes. There we go, that's the floor done, isn't it? No, it's just this last door around here. I think I just get too invested in it, and then I get upset. It's funny, because you can have 100 good comments of people being like, oh, this was awesome, and I totally appreciate everyone that says that, and then you'll get one guy that's like, this was stupid, I didn't understand it, and then it's like, oh, and then it gets like one thumb, and you're like, no, why? Oh, I'm sorry that I failed you. But then, I don't know. I'm going to stop complaining. But I did want to, I don't know, just sit down and talk about something else, to be honest. Right, we can go to a door now. Sorry, I'll talk about the game more. I'm sure